Yards.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
To throw on second down. Michael. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 49. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The play fake. Michael. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Michael. Throw left side complete. It's Ramsey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
From the gun, Michael. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On the handoff, it's Geis. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to. And the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Michael, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the stop will come in 4. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have tied it here. The extra point to come can put them in the driver's seat. The extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, twisting away. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy did. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Peterman. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He got 29 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Peterman. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Peterman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Peterman. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver. Because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Michael. And now he'll tuck it and run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on 3rd down. Michael. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And the Colts getting ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Detroit!
Now Peterman on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Out of the gun, Peterman. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So out now come the Redskins. They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down, Michael. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On the ground, it's Geis. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue
90! Off play by the Colts. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Redskins on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Off the play fake. Michael sliding out of the pocket. And some strong running. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Bills out to an early lead against the Patriots. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. first and 10. It's Peterman. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
From the shotgun, Peterman. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Over. Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
This is Geis. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first and 10, Michael. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And Dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Redskins on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Michael. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He spins free. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They start the second half with a run by Geis. And they're running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Desmond King making the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Michael. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw on third down. Michael. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice catch. Right there brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Pushing his way inside the 40. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this was... It's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Geis. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go. 3-19.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and get it with Geis. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is indeed good, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
To throw here. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They go play action now. Peterman rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots. Backs have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hot! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On first down, Peterman. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now it's Peterman. Dancing to his left. He can run, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Michael. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Redskins on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Spins by. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a run with Geis, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Redskins on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun.
From the gun, Michael. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll go on the ground. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, here's an option play left. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
"21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Lucky 56.
Here's Geis. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Right, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit. Gone. 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 Gone.
Off play action. Michael. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now Thompson, a beautiful fake. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Gone. 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 Gone.
To throw on 2nd down. Michael. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now let's go.
Looking to throw. Michael out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Geis, they'll try to run him. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On the ground, Geis. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They run with Geis. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
I know a field goal ties it, but I'm not just tempted to go for it. I say do it. At this spot of the field, go get the touchdown.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now Peterman steps away. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd. The question has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone!
Throwing now is Peterman. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T for them. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Michael, he's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw. Michael, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Off the play fake. Michael. Airing one out for Crowder. And no, it's incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A little juke. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. On first down, Michael. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Play action. Michael out to his left. Now he's going to let it go. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, just a minute ago, you said mistakes get magnified, especially here in overtime, and that turnover there could cost him the ball game.
And not many teams commit turnovers in overtime and come back and win. It almost never happens.
First throw in overtime now for Peterman. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Leopard! Leopard! Over!
Play action. It's Peterman. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Peterman to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Robertson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
4 down, 4 down. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Peterman on 1st down. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in position. The defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll throw on 1st down with Peterman. Complete out right to Jake Butt. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's it, baby. Check 24.
2nd down, Peterman. Flushed, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 19. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Indianapolis, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.